Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Foundry Reviews. Today, it is I, Sly, accompanied by JB, and we are going to be reviewing some more of The Last of Us, Episode 6, 10. How you doing today, bud?
Doing all right. I'm doing just fine. I don't even really want to talk about this episode.
You're going to be doing a lot worse after we review this shit. Yeah.
Oh
no.
yeah, it's gonna be putting me in a bad mood. Blood pressures are gonna be irate. My fucking hairs are gonna be gray, falling out. Man, what a not great episode.
Not great, no.
It was kind of like all over the place, like a blink of an eye. They like kind of captured a bunch of time in game, and they like turned it into like probably like 40 minutes or something. Knowing this,
Pretty much.
I don't know. I don't even know how long.
Highlight of the episode was the snow. The scenic shots was the highlight of the episode. The rest of it was dog water.
Yeah, I could see that.
Don't even get me started on the fake fucking bunnies at the beginning of the episode. I wanted to punch the TV screen so bad. I was like, who are they fooling?
All the budget went into the practicals for the last episode for their clickers. Man, this episode was like especially boring. I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it out. It was boring. There was no conflict in this episode. It was a lot of talking. And I guess the biggest, like, what's going to happen, like, oh no thing is that Joel and Ellie are going to split up only 5 minutes later for Joel to change his fucking mind.
Yep. She doesn't even run away. There's no big, like, emotional buildup. There's no tension. There's just, why are you ditching me?
I feel like
and then, like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to ditch you. Like, what?
And the whole point, like at the very beginning of the episode, they show like, specifically at the beginning of the episode, they hammer it in really hard that Joel his body's starting to fail him. He's starting to wear and tear on him. Yeah. And which, like, I get it. Like, there's subtle things in the previous episodes that you can see, but they really haven't made that like a point for people to realize and know for like, I guess, like main casual audiences. So it's like for them to hit it in this episode, for Joel to be like, I can't do it, like I don't trust myself. For him to like come out and say that, it felt like they needed conflict in this episode because they didn't have anything else going on.
Yep.
And
well said.
Just kind of came out of nowhere, so I wasn't too big on that, but it's like, it is what it is, whatever. Yeah, that's why Joel, he pawned Ellie off on his brother. Oh yeah, it's just like, I enjoyed one thing about this episode was the town. It's the town from The Last of Us 2. That's where the most of this episode took place. They had like a nice, perfect little town. Do you think we see more like, like little utopias built by survivors than we do more apocalypse? Because I think I do.
We do.
I think I do. I mean, like Kansas City, that whole place was cleared out, no infected. This town, no infected either. In the very beginning of the episode, like very beginning of the series as well, the Boston, no infected. Like places like living like Larry. I don't think there is an apocalypse going on because they don't show you any fucking clickers in this goddamn show.
I know.
Infected.
Yep. And I hate it too because Neil's being a piece of shit, and he's like, "Oh, season 2 will have so many more infected." Bitch, where were they in season 1? I needed them now. Got 3 cameos with infected in season 1. What kind of crap is this, dude? It's a show about literally the world going to shit because of an infection. Yes. And you're only going to show it like here and there?
I mean, like at the very beginning of the show, they hammer it in. It's an interview from 1960s. And they're like, oh yeah, like this could possibly end the world as we know it. There's no cure, And later on, and then what's the biggest thing we have to worry about? Talking. Yep. At a 14-year-old girl who says the F word a lot.
And the show has gone downhill progressively from the first episode immediately.
Yes, and it's really unfortunate because at this point I don't want to keep watching it because I know it's not going to get any better, unfortunately. I don't like Ellie and Joel. I really do not like them. I was hoping that maybe their relationship will get closer and their bond will get stronger as the show continues on, just like that's how people work. You hang out more, you get start to get along a little bit better. But as I see more of them, I don't want to watch. I don't want to see more of them. I do not.
Because the relationship's so forced the way they're trying to set it up.
I just don't. I don't like fucking Ellie, dude. I do not like her. I think she's...
What was your highlight of the episode? What was something you enjoyed?
The town was pretty cool. The town was pretty sweet. Do you call bullshit on the couple surviving in the very beginning of the episode?
Absolutely. Call bullshit. Total bullshit.
Looks like
Total bullshit.
they've been like by themselves for like maybe a year or two, and like, oh,
That's what I was thinking.
Tell me that dude's out there surviving on rabbits. He's going out every
I
single
know.
day, and the girl's just like,
His girl's that thick off of rabbits? Nah, man. Nah, man.
Like I called
Stop the
yeah, I
cap.
called
No.
shit right there. Yeah.
Absolute bull. No, the highlight of the episode in my eyes was the conversation between Tommy and Joel. The second conversation in the little shop where he's trying to fix his shoes. The first one, it hurts, but the second one, I appreciated it more because like he's opening up for the first time to somebody, which like it was nice to see because he's been trying to put on that facade the whole time that he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he really does give a shit. He just doesn't want to.
Right. Because if him giving a shit means that she might get hurt, you know.
Bingo. And he doesn't want a repeat of what happened with Sarah. And I was like, finally, the show is addressing his trauma and like why he doesn't like kids.
Right.
And then boom, they immediately like ruin that plot line within the span of 5 minutes when he goes and talks with Ellie.
He changes his mind.
It. Irredeemable, that whole fucking interaction. Ruined it for me.
I did like the parallels of the place where Ellie was staying. I think we were supposed to get a reminder of Sarah's room at the very beginning of the show too, which I thought that was interesting. I'm like, oh, okay, I think I see what you're doing there. Neat little thing. Another reference to Last of Us 2. We saw Dina in the town who was like creeping majorly on Ellie, and they made sure to make a big yelling match about it of her spewing out. Weird and inconsistent, just kind of acting and writing with Ellie as well, of her kind of giving Maria a huge attitude, then suddenly being
I know, she was a total bitch to her, man. I was like, where was this coming from?
I know, it was just like all over the place. Like the show, it's just kind of all over the place.
How did you feel about the reveal about Sarah to Ellie?
Honestly, I don't remember it, so it couldn't have been fucking too anything.
Right?
Could have been anything too big.
That was a big gripe for me. I'm like, dude, like the emotional. Every time the show tried to like establish some sort of connection to like your emotions, it just subverted expectations completely. It dropped the ball. Really bad. Really bad.
Yeah, it's just it's hard to connect and find anything emotional like an appeal and relate to it and be empathetic when it's just kind of bad. I'm just like, I don't want to keep seeing the bad things on screen. Like, I want to see good television. I want it to impact me, you know? Like, I want to be tricked into thinking and tricked into liking the show. So, all in one episode, they traveled, met up with Tommy, they quit each other, got back together, went to the campus, explored the campus, left the campus, got attacked, and Joel got stabbed. All in one episode.
Hate that scene, by the way. Hate that scene.
It's not good. The whole campus scene is not good. I don't like it either.
I don't like how they fucking nerfed all these interactions with Joel. I hate it.
I know. It's like, it's okay. We don't need time to build these two characters up, have them bond together. It's like, obviously, there's off-screen stuff of them traveling, you know, but I'm like, I'm not convinced. I'm not fucking convinced. Not at all. And it's like, I shouldn't have to know what's happening because of the game in order to watch the show. The show should tell me everything I need to know.
Agreed.
But I don't think it's doing a great job of that. But at the very end of the episode, Joel got stabbed, and which really sucks because he's going to be MIA. He's going to be out of action in the next couple episodes, I'm sure, because it's Ellie's time to fucking shine. And, you know...
Whoa.
I know I'm not looking forward to that because she is not great. She's not great in this show. Like we talked about in the last review, we talked about her acting experiences and whatnot, and I don't fucking see any kind of experience here or any kind of good writing. I don't understand how Neil on Twitter or whatever is going to constantly defend her and is like, oh, I'm not going to recast her unless she doesn't want to be Ellie anymore. I'm like, okay, like that's fine. Like, I'm just gonna, like, talk shit. Like, I'm just gonna be dissatisfied, you know? Like, if you want to ruin season 2 of your fucking show, then go for it, my dude. Like,
go ahead. I already hate the story of the second game, you know? Fucking pissed me off even more. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah. I tried to fucking get bad with bad and see how that works. But, what do you think about Gabriel Luna as Tommy?
Love him.
Yeah.
Love him.
I did love seeing him. He was good.
Honestly.
He seemed really young.
He did. He did. I think that was what they were trying to set up, like how... You know, Joel's past his prime, and Tommy's kind of at that threshold right now where he's like peaking. He's still got a little bit of youth to him and a little bit of wisdom, but like he's not on the downhill quite yet. And that's why he's like, dude, I need you to take up my place because I'm dropping the ball here.
Yeah, I feel like another parallel is like Tommy is living a carefree, maybe less stressful life right now because he set himself up in a nice community. He doesn't have to worry about
communist community, yeah, socialist community. Remember?
And Joel's like living a hard life. You know, it's catching up with him. You know, like doing running and smuggling and like living life on the edge constantly and was sleeping with one eye open, and that's what's like impacted him so hard, and that's why he looks like shit, and that's why it's killing his body and his mental state, is because of this life that he's been living, which is quite like they went down two different paths, kind of thing like that, which I enjoyed. I thought as a good parallel. I wish they kind of went into that a little bit, you know, but they did a little bit, you know. They talked about it when they were sitting at the bar, and Joel was like, "Oh, I appreciate this glass of beer," or whatever the fuck, you know.
Yeah, the whiskey. He's like, yeah, I didn't know you had this. He's like, yeah, dude, we're about to get pigs. We'll have bacon soon. Like,
yeah,
society's peaked.
Yeah, it is. It's getting good, and you know, and Tommy's looking good because of it.
Yep. Agreed.
I did like their interactions. Their interactions was quite good. Maria, I didn't really care for her. I thought she was fine. I thought.
Yeah, ditto. She was kind of just bland, but then like the interactions with her and Ellie. Exactly, yeah. And then the issues with Ellie, Ellie was so uncharacteristically just a bitch.
Yeah.
She was just outright rude the whole time with frickin' Maria, and it's like, dude, like, she gave you clothing, she gave you a place to stay, she gave you a shower, she frickin' cut your hair, and what the hell's up your ass? What's wrong with you?
I wish Ellie was like a little bit more reserved and being like, I need to protect myself and protect my arm and like my infected status, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was like on the edge of my seat thinking like,
skeptical, right?
I was like, she's like, sit down, let me cut your hair. I'm like, she's gonna fucking see that she's infected.
That's what I was thinking.
But like, they didn't kind of lean into that at all, and I wish they kind of did, to be like, Ellie's doing a good job and she's learning to protect herself, you know, a little bit, because that's what mainly that's what the beginning of the episode was about, like her kind of going out and getting better acquainted with protecting herself and not completely relying on someone different, you know. Like at the end of the episode, she has to do that now because Joel was out of action. He was like stabbed and probably left in a bad way too. But yeah, they had perfect opportunity to do that and show that she's growing as a person. But we don't need that. We don't need growth with characters. That's stupid. That's dumb. But overall, I give the episode a 4. I was bored out of my fucking mind.
I'm gonna have to give it a 5. I'm not too fond of it either, but I have a bad feeling that the show can sink lower than this, which is not a good thing.
Yeah.
But this episode was one of those things that I was just kind of like, I walked away wishing I had my half hour to an hour back, and that's why I just felt very neutral about it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like,
not good.
Get it through, just get it done, absorb it, and review it, and dump it out of my brain because it's not going to do any good.
Yep,
that's all that's all I care about. It's just getting these reviews out to you guys. At this point, I'm not enjoying the show. I can say that, like, that's a fact. I'm not enjoying it. And episode 7, hopefully something will be changed. Hopefully, we get to see in the game, Ellie kind of goes out and adventures by herself, and that's what I'm hoping to see. Her interactions with some other characters, and I'm excited to see some new villains pop up, some very daunting figures. But that's for the future. But yeah, everyone, I guess that's what, 4.5 for us?
4.5, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the review, please make sure to write a comment for us and leave a like, spread some love for the slugs. But we'll be seeing you guys later on the next Last of Us review. But until then, bye guys.
Bye.